Welcome to the Bearded Bro Show podcast. I am one half of your host, Dustin, and I am forever joined by
Trav, as always. I think I threw Dustin off a little bit when I said grow a pair instead of, because sometimes I'll say grow, but then I was just like, you know what, I want to drop grow a pair. Makes no sense, because we always do a little countdown. Just a little behind the scenes for you guys. It's a 3, 2, 1, go type situation when we record to make it the easiest for syncing up, because you got to sync up the podcast. We're not one of these people that have, like, the freaking Zoom call or whatever, which I've tried that, and it's freaking laggy. I don't like it. Anyway. We just hit 50 subscribers, guys, on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for that. Highly appreciate that. I think it might have been Aaron Dwyer's episode that really kind of pushed it over, because I know a lot, like, people from, I forgot his name, and now I feel bad about it, but Geek Tavern podcast that Aaron is in, I do believe the head guy of that subscribed, so thank you, shout out to you. I forgot your name, and I apologize. And a few others, so it got us to 50 subs, highly appreciate it, can't wait for more.
Yeah, thank you guys, and welcome. So, Trav and I kind of made a change to our thing here, and we want to officially welcome Lucas onto the podcast team. Guys, Lucas has been a guest on here. What has Lucas been in 2 episodes? 3 episodes maybe? 2, I think.
I think 2?
What?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure it was 2. 1 for sure, but he is going to be editing all the podcast episodes. So from now on, whenever you see a podcast actually up on time, just know that it wasn't from Trav. So Lucas will have those up, and hopefully it can kind of get us in the groove of actually getting it on a schedule again, because we started off with a great schedule.
Me and Dustin have so many things going on, man. Like, and that's the crazy thing, is I think it'll be good for both of us to, like, be able to record and then kind of just, like, and it sounds like a dick move when I say this, guys, but whenever you're a creator, time is important. Mm-hmm. And, like, me and Dustin both work 9 to 5 jobs, and, like, and Dustin over there with his 70 channels, and and like, I don't know how the man does it. And I told somebody that the other day. I think I mentioned that to Aaron or something. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, like, my co-host has, like, all this other stuff, and I don't know how he balances that. An hour vlogs, an hour podcast, freaking Dustin's MC, and Disc Central and all that. Which, I mean, you're putting just the right amount of time into everything. Because, like, right. Everything that you do is getting love in some way. It's getting a percent here, like...
Right.
And it makes sense because you're doing it. Like, it's balancing out. Well, and the Twitch channel. I forgot about that one. That's, like, the 71st thing. Yeah. But... Well, and Trista has a Twitch channel, so that's another thing, kind of, in a way.
And a YouTube channel.
Yes. But, yeah, it's just a thing. I'll kind of break it down, too, kind of everything I do. But, yeah, basically, and now, Trav, you're part of the review crew. That's something that just kicked off. It's doing really well, by the way. Actually, I really enjoy that. I really, really enjoy that concept. I think it's awesome. So... more or less, it's just like, I juggle a lot, Trav juggles a lot, and, Lucas, who vlogs every day, he likes doing stuff like that. Lucas has, I don't want to make this sound wrong, but Lucas has more time to put into this, because I'll be honest with you guys, like, we're recording this on a Tuesday. It's like 11:30 my time at night, and... like, by the time Trav gets his audio sent to me, and then by the time I have time to sit down and edit it and figure that whole thing out, plus on top of, I vlog daily, which gets compiled into a weekly vlog, and it goes on the Dustin's MC channel. It's nothing separate. I do my Moon Boot stuff, so, like, I build Minecraft maps when I'm not doing that. I have... tutorial series, I have a Let's Build a City series that I all do on my channel, and then I have my disc golf channel, which I run with my friend Eric, and honestly, I've been having a lot of fun doing that because it gets me out of the house, it's exercise, it's fun,
and it's just cool. So I've been really enjoying that. So on top of all of that stuff, plus work, plus having a fiance and having 2 young kids and now 3 cats and 2 dogs, it's a lot. So just that little bit of downtime is really hard to come by. So, big shout out to Lucas. Trav and I are actually going to go together here pretty soon and send him a little surprise. I don't think you told him what it was because I know I didn't. You and I talked about it.
I did tell him. I was like, okay. Yeah, dude, we got to get you a shirt, and he was totally down for that. But
yeah,
because team member, man, he's got to have the uniform,
swag,
the uniform of the. But yeah, it's just like me and Dustin are very, very passionate about this podcast. Like, I never ever wanted to get into that mindset of like, like I don't know, like giving up or anything like that. Even though sometimes it did feel very overwhelming, just because I've only gotten busier. It's like with the review crew, it's definitely like. It's kind of hyped me up even more to put out more. I mean, I was putting out content already, but it's just that extra boost and like people asking me to collab and stuff like that. And it's just like I always have something in the chamber ready, rather it's in my mind or I'm actually working on editing it or something to actually put out weekly. And it's just like, and that's just kind of like how it is. And I know Dustin may feel the same way about Dustin's MC and his Twitch channel and all the stuff that he does. Like the podcast, we love it, but like other things were just there first. And it's just like, and my priority is to like I'm at a really good point with my channel, but get my channel to a point that I really just want. And like, it's going to take time, and that's the thing, is time. And like it would be different. I'd probably be able to still sync up the podcast and upload it and everything if I didn't have to work. Yeah. It would be so much more time, but then that's also time I could be putting into reviews and stuff. So it's like, there came to a point where like I'm sitting there, I'm like, the podcast, if we don't make a mistake in it anywhere, or one that, because sometimes we make mistakes that we want to keep because it's funny. But there'll be a couple mistakes. Like, I remember one time when Dustin got interrupted. I don't know, someone came in and started talking to him. That was like a definite, okay, that took a long time, and like, just cut that out. Like, just trim it down to the finest hour. But editing, putting the thumbnail on it for YouTube, like, the little things I like to do, the effect, the fading into the thumbnail on the screen, and our intro song, just stuff that just makes it really nice and not just thrown together, like it doesn't take that much time. But then there's exporting the whole thing, which takes a while because it's a 1-hour podcast. There is uploading it, which takes even longer than exporting. And I have great internet, and it still takes quite a little while. And I don't have 2 computers, so I'm sitting there with my computer like, okay, this is time that it's uploading, that I'm not going to go on there and edit another video right now. I'm going to give it its time to do everything so it doesn't disrupt anything. Yes. So that's like a whole day right there pushed back of like other stuff. So, and that's just like a little bit of behind the scenes of what it's like to be a creator when you have a lot of different like projects you love and are working on. That's just how it is. Like, if I didn't have any of the other stuff, the podcast would be super easy to do weekly. But I even told Lucas, I'm like, I know that you got stuff, you got school, and you got all this other stuff, but look, like, just try to make the Friday date, but you know what? A grace period of, like, the weekend. Like, if you are late a couple days, whatever, because we've done it so many times. But we're going to try to get that consistency going. And I want that because I feel like we have what it takes. It's just like we just needed an extra person, just really bad. So
yeah.
But I didn't mean to go on and on there.
It happens.
What? Oh yeah, did I already say? Okay, yeah, I said 50 subs. I was like, wait a second, I gotta do the checklist. Dustin has a new cat. That's cool.
Yes, we got a new cat. Her name is Elsa. Our daughter named her.
Well, that makes sense. I think, did you have something? I don't remember what else you had.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about kind of to kind of touch on like everything that's been going on too, and a lot of the times too, because Trista works, and a lot of the time when there is downtime, it's like spent with each other. You know, like we just enjoy being with each other, especially after work. You know, it's like one of those things. Like today, it would be like a really good example of that. Like Trista got up, had to go to the school to take care of stuff to get our kid set up on online classes. They sent him with he got a Chromebook to use for this school year because we're doing all online. And then she like had to come back up and like instantly get ready, and then I had to take her to work and then come back home and take care of the kids. And by the time that was done, I had to wait for my brother to come get them, and then I had to go to work. And so I didn't get to see Trista much today. And we've been doing this thing too where I bought her all the Harry Potter movies on Blu-ray. And we've been really enjoying them, and we're on Deathly Hallows Part 2. So like that's been something we've been doing every night. So I'll even, if I'm not recording videos, like I'm spending time with my family. It'd be different if I was like, not in, like with someone, I guess. I don't want that to sound wrong because I love her. So it's, we just kind of have to, enjoy our time together as well. And I want to put you guys on something with disc golf here, right? I know I talk about this sport a lot and I'm obsessed with it, but hear me out, okay? Tristan and I, too, have recently decided that we're going to stop drinking soda as much, okay? So we're, like, really cutting back on it. And we have. Like, she's actually doing a lot better with it than what I thought she would. I've actually, like, quit drinking it before, and it's not super hard for me. Like, I can not drink it and be okay. But we've been drinking a lot more, like, water and juice and stuff like that. And, quarantine, I put on a few pounds. Call it my happy relationship weight. It's getting a little chubby, a little unhappy with myself. So I was like, I like the fact that like disc golf can be kind of physical, right? You have to, you're moving, you're exercising, you're moving your muscles in ways you wouldn't normally move your muscles, and it's fun. So I noticed there would be people that would like take like a disc or two and they would throw it and they'd run to it and then throw and then run, like that whole thing. I was like, what, I'm going to give it a shot. So today after work, it was like the perfect temperature. It was like 65 degrees outside. Perfect. Like it wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. Literally the perfect temperature. I went out, short and t-shirts, put on some running shoes, and I took 2 discs. And what I would do is I went to the first tee. I threw my driver. I ran to it, like jogged, like not like a sprint, but like how you would run the mile in school, like that kind of pace. And I ran to it, and I would take my putter, and I would throw my putter to the basket, and I'd run to it, throw it in, pull it out, and I'd run to the next tee. And I did that for the first 9 holes, which if you play normally and you walk and everything else, that can take up to 45 minutes, like between a half hour and 45 minutes, depending on how many people are with you. I did all of that within 15 minutes. So I could have looped around that course, the front 9, twice in a half hour. And it was like such good exercise because it combined something I like, which is disc golf, and something I really don't care for, which is running because I jiggle, and it made it fun. So like
I just had to take a drink right whenever you said jiggle, and that freaking
I don't
set me over the edge.
I don't jiggle a lot, but like I feel it. I'm like,
oh. I jiggle, my friend. I jiggle. Don't worry about it.
So like,
we all jiggle. No.
I don't know. I just thought it was something cool, and I think I'm actually gonna wake up tomorrow at a pretty good time in the morning, and I'm gonna go do it again because why not? Like I live right across the street from the disc golf place. I when I say I live right across the street from my videos, like I literally live right across the street from it. I can stand in my driveway and throw my disc in a basket. It's that close.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. It's like, and Aaron is really inspiring. Like, in the last podcast, we're kaiju fans. He draws Godzilla stuff. He's a pretty big name in the Godzilla fandom, like intensely. Especially if D-Man is talking to him. That means he's noticed. And he talked about that at the end, not to spoil the end of the last episode, but he really, like, it's just really inspiring because he was a guy that was kind of like us with it, like where he just kind of let himself get to a point of just unhealthy. Like, you're not like it. Me and Dustin and Aaron, neither of us have, at least as far as I know, neither of us have been like gigantic or anything like that. Like, or severely obese or anything like that.
I have weighed,
and the reason and I know Dustin has them, but the reason I said that is I was like, well, then I don't know, because I didn't know Aaron. I've only met him. It's like a year or two now, probably going on 2 years. So I don't know. Like, I know that he was kind of like us, with a little bit of weight, and my cat's meowing at the door. That's annoying. And speaking of a fat boy, but anyway, but yeah, it's just like, it's really inspiring to see people like actually make a change. Like, he literally went out of his way, like, okay, I'm gonna get back into the gym and back doing stuff, and he's made this much progress. And I remember, like, I hadn't really seen like a photo of him or anything in a while, and then he had like a selfie, and I don't remember if he posted on like Facebook or Twitter, but he had like this like, oh, I'm this many pounds lighter or something like that. And I just thought it was just out of nowhere. It was like, whoa, okay, like, he just freaking, he shedded all that weight, like, and it's just really, really inspiring. And I know that it's possible, obviously, but it's that mental state with it. And, like, we get busy, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers, too, have this problem, too, where, like, and it's not to be like, oh, I'm noticing things or I'm, but you just notice things with the YouTubers, like, and I've noticed some pretty big YouTubers too, that out of nowhere, after a long period of time, you kind of noticed, they've kind of gained some weight. It's just like, it's only noticeable whenever, like, you're used to seeing them, and maybe you haven't seen their videos in a while, and you come back and you kind of notice. It's just one of those things that you have to notice only, like, between like a video from a while back to like then or now or whatever. But I think that's just that problem where, like, that grind factor. And I always thought, like, okay, where I work now, I'll be getting exercise. I'm moving around more than I did at my last job. My last job, all I had to do was stand in one spot. Well, I mean, I moved around a little, just in a little, pretty much circle, basically. And then now I'm moving around a lot more. Well, 10 times more, honestly, like, I'm moving around. But I thought, I'll probably lose some weight because of where I work. Nah, only got fatter. But it just, it just, I don't know. It's irritating, but it's that mindset factor. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you guys how many times, probably like 20 times in my life, maybe 15, that I've done the whole, okay, sodas. No, like, unless it's a review. It was one of those things. Like, if it's a review, like, I'm not gonna cut them out completely, because, like, I have that obligation to myself, and because I'm not gonna skip out on the new Mountain Dew flavor. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. And, like, I've done that so many times. Stopped drinking stuff like that for a while. I switched over to, like, Body Armors, and, like, Body Armors are delicious, by the way.
Phenomenal.
Waters, I drink Clear American water all the time. I love that brand so much. I love flavored water. It depends on where it's from, obviously, but Clear American knows how to get it right. They, like, a lot of their flavors are good. I love the peach flavor. I usually get like cheap. 2 of those.
Super cheap.
Do I? Yeah, they're really cheap too.
Like less than $1.
And really good, and there's a lot of it in one bottle. Like, it's crazy. I can make a Clear American last like a few days, but that's only because, again, I'm not drinking water enough. And that's the thing. And I had this thing a while back too, where I didn't buy any sodas for the house. If I was gonna drink a soda, it was like fast food soda somewhere, like Baja Blast or McDonald's Coke or something, or I buy it from a store and take it like during like on a day off or something. But that's still a part of the problem. Then I could just go buy soda, but it does help that I do this thing now where I don't have any 12 packs in my fridge, anything like that. Recently, we got a 2-liter Mountain Dew. Don't know why, but we did. So, to prove my point, I'm falling back into the bad part of it. And it's like, and it's not good. And I'm telling you, like, I'm the ultimate guy of, like, start doing something and then fall back into old habits. And it's just tough. It just really is. But
no, it is.
That's why I have so much respect for people that actually stick to it. What Aaron did and getting back in shape, gaining his muscle mass and all this getting better, it's like, man, that's awesome, because I have the worst trouble with sticking to any of that. And you know what? This was supposed to be the year where, like, I was hitting the gym and go to Planet Fitness because I've had a subscription for a really long time.
Nope.
Thanks, COVID. Like, literally, like, right when I was inspired to go to the gym a few months ago, I literally was at the gym, like, okay, I'm going to go all the time now. And I really, really, really feel like I was going to do it. But then COVID. So it was like, okay. And there's just not... Working out at home just sucks. Like, I'd rather have the equipment and stuff. Yeah, I can do push-ups, I can do this or that. I've got freaking dumbbells, but it's like, it's just not the same.
Yeah, no.
When I'm home, that's my relaxation.
Exactly, and I think that's the problem, too, with people working out from home. It's like, now, unless you're, like, peak physical condition and, like, that's what you do, then that's fine. But, you know, somebody for, like, Trav and I, when you're in your comfort space, being your home, you know, like, you'll be like, oh, okay, like, I'm going to work out, and you start working out, and say you're doing it in your living room. You sit down on the couch, like, okay, I'm take a breather. Well, then the phone comes out. If the phone doesn't come out, the TV goes on. Oh, I'll do it in, you know, whenever. And the next thing you know, you watch fucking 6 seasons of Dexter on Netflix, and you're eating fucking Pringles, and, you know, like... I'm not
totally relatable.
I'm not talking from experience either. Like, I literally just made this scenario up in my head.
I thought you were trying to describe a whole night that you've had or something. You know what? No. I watched the whole freaking season of Dexter. I ate, like, tons of Pringles.
No. That's actually never happened. I've done dumb shit, but nothing like that. But, I don't know. And again, that's, like, why I've been enjoying disc golf. And now that, like, I can go out and just kind of, like, jog it and do it at my own pace, it's nice. Like, sure, I'm not going to, like, tone up, but, I mean, like, cardio's good. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it helps me shed some weight, but... No, like, I understand the whole, like, the quitting soda thing, because it's hard, you know, like, sometimes, like, I don't know if you've ever had these moments, Trav, but I've had these moments where it's like you drink water, you drink juice, you drink milk, whatever, and then, like, sometimes you just have those days where you just want to, like, feel the carbonation, not necessarily taste it, but just feel it. It's like quenches your thirst almost, but it's just like you want that feel of carbonation.
Yeah, that's one reason, you know what, now that I think about it, I need to get back into buying these, but Ozarka has always been, and Ryan loves it too, Ryan is like the fastest water drinker I've ever seen. Like, he literally his main drink, and I applaud him for it because it's healthy, his main drink of choice is Ozarka water. Just straight water, nothing, no sugars, no flavor either. He just downs water like it's nothing. And, like, because he's the type of person that, like, he'll drink a soda and, like, he'll want a water. I've seen the man have a soda and drink a water in between each taste of the soda. That's how much he loves the water. It's literally like he's got to cleanse it every single taste. I don't know if it's every taste, but he just, like, I guess he just doesn't like the aftertaste of soda or something. Like, he used to be really bad into Dr. Pepper and stuff like that with me, like, way back in the day. And then I was the one that, like, still stuck to sodas and, like, and that's obviously why he's way healthier than me, because he lost weight and he is doing good. So it's like, but anyway, what I was trying to say is, Ozarka does make flavored waters, and there are those canned ones. And man, if I tell you, like, and I think, Dustin, you should try this, especially for the carbonation part. I don't know if you've tried them, but they have do what?
I've never even heard of them.
Well, if you like, I don't know if you ever had regular Ozarka water, but
I don't think so. I don't even think it's around here, to be honest with you.
It may not be. It actually does kind of sound like more around my area thing, but they have these flavored canned waters that I swear there's one particular flavor. It's pomegranate something. I can't think of what it is, but it has a burn so intense, like, it's water, but it has a burn of carbonation that, like, I told Ashley, and she tried it, and she's like, oh, you're right. It is like, it tastes and reminds me of alcohol. Like, it's got a freaking burn to it. And I got so, and I'm not, you guys are going to make jokes like, oh, like, the closest thing to being an alcoholic, like, you know, you like that burn or whatever. But honestly, like, they were so freaking delicious when I was having them a whole lot. And I was buying them, like, so much. Because I don't even think they don't have, like, 12 packs of them. They're just, like, I think it's, like, a little 6-pack. So I was flying through them, buying them a lot and everything. Because I literally was being healthier, though, because it has nothing but the flavor. There's no sugar. There's no, like,
it's
whatever.
Naturally flavored then,
right? Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. But, flavor and a burn, plus you're drinking water. And it totally tricks my mind into, like, wow, I'm drinking a soda, but I'm getting the healthy part of water. It's amazing. I need to keep buying them. But Clear American is... I still put that above that. That, like, the Ozarka in cans is, like, second place. But, like, those... but, yeah. Like, you could have fooled me. Like, if you poured that into a glass, didn't tell me what it was, I'd think, like, this is, like, freaking some sort of vodka. I don't know what it is. Like, some sort of vodka. So intense.
You can tell Trav drinks alcohol.
Do what?
I can tell you drink alcohol.
I mean that in the most sarcastic way. Because I've never even tried vodka, but
don't.
I'm just saying that because it's like clear or whatever, and like I don't know. Even though there is a difference, I can't say that I drink the Ozarka cans and say like, oh, I got that burn in my stomach that I always get, like that instant diarrhea feeling you get when you drink alcohol. Like it's like you're not about to go.
I don't know what the fuck diarrhea, alcohol you're drinking, but I've never.
It's the sensation of it.
Diarrhea. There's no sensation like that. I've never had that like. Well, took a sip of Fireball.
You don't get that freaking burn in your butt, like right when you drink like a couple sips of alcohol.
You might want to go to the doctor, dog.
Yeah, I might need to go and check that out.
I have never in my 27 years.
It's not like a pain. It makes it sound like I'm saying like, oh yeah, I'm about to blow my guts out my butt or something. Let's see.
My 6 years of being able to drink and going through my brief stupid phase that we've talked about on the podcast. I have never.
I think that was like episode 2.
I have never taken like sips of alcohol and just had a feeling like I was gonna shit my brains out.
It wasn't that, but it's so exaggerated the way we're describing it.
Okay, but I never even had a burning near my ass from alcohol.
Dustin is literally, the more he talks about it, the more concerned he feels. He's like, I think you might.
The next day, like when you're like hungover, like beer shits. Yeah, I mean it's like it's like fucking shooting lava balls and hot tamales out of your asshole. Like there's no, like there's no escape.
I might have just more sensitive stomach. I know that
it's probably because you don't drink.
Yeah, probably.
Trav is drinking at my wedding. Maybe not getting drunk, but he's drinking. Trav's drinking at my wedding.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I have drank. I always go to that limit of like, it's hard for me to even finish one, man.
When's the
like literally no matter what bottle it is, no matter how small the bottle is. I have trouble with it. When and bad.
What was the last thing you drank?
Let me see. It was recently, because we went to a freaking liquor store for my birthday, and I forgot what flavor it's called, but it's one of those fruity type drinks because I really like I'm the type of drinker that's like, if I am shut up, Sherlock, oh my god, just stop meowing, please. Trying to record here.
Like the Seagrams, like the wine coolers.
Yeah, stuff like that, and that's my favorite stuff. I'm the type of drinker that's like, I'm not gonna go for the burn and the like nastiness of a drink. I want to go for like, okay, like if I'm gonna drink, I want the flavor. So, 1 second while I spray my cat. Please continue.
Okay, so you like Seagrams, which I just want to say, okay, and I know there's going to be people that are like, oh my god, Seagrams, that's a fucking...
Well, I've never tried Seagrams, just to clarify, but Jack Daniels, and they're like flavored.
Yeah, I know because the Jack Daniels, yes, you know exactly what you're talking about. There's like a grapefruit one, stuff like that. There's like a fucking cherry one. I know what you're talking about. I've seen them.
Mike's Lemonade Black Cherry. That's my favorite one out of any of the, like, really good. Like, that one blew my mind. Like, that, I put that above, like, I love Not Your Father's Root Beer. That's, like, one of my favorites.
Well, you can drink that shit and not taste the alcohol. That's what...
And, Mike's, though, is this whole situation of, like, even with one, got it, my buddy Tyler and Cass told me this, because they drink Mike's and stuff like this all the time. Chase it with water, because you will have that head throb the next day. Not necessarily a hangover, like, even if you just drink one, though. And sometimes I didn't drink that much water. Again, going back to not drinking water, guys. Look, it looped all around. Supposed to drink water.
You're so weak.
But, yes, that head throb, you know, like, yeah. And when I did drink that Jack Daniels not long ago, and I mean, it was like, Ashley was like, be careful, like, you're downing it like a soda. Like, I literally was like, sip. Oh, that's really good. Sip. That's really good. Sip. Like, just kept going. And the faster I did that, man, it's been a while since I had, like, something give me such a head spin, because, you know, that whole thing, you just sip, and if you stand up too fast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Dustin has more, like, I can tell that he's judging. He's got a better tolerance.
No, I'm not judging. It's just, it's funny. And I just want to say, like, too, for the people that are going to be like, oh, he likes the fruity drinks, he's not a man, that's a pussy drink. Listen, shut up. Alcohol is fucking alcohol, okay? It doesn't matter if you like the fruity stuff. It doesn't matter if you like beer, liquor, whatever it may be. Because at the end of the day, guess what's going to fuck you up if you drink enough of it? It doesn't matter. You can... Listen, and people can say, like, oh, Mike's Harder, that's a pussy drink. Drink a 6-pack of those by yourself within an hour, and then you tell me if it's a pussy drink. Yeah, sure, like, it's, you know... And I'm more of a beer guy. I mean, like, occasionally, like, you know... Like, there's a bit, like, occasionally, like, I've had the Seagrams. Like, Seagrams actually has, like, Italian ice flavors, and they're so fucking good. Trav, try the Seagram's Italian ice. It tastes legit like the Luigi's Italian ice that you can buy in the store. Spot on. You don't taste alcohol. The red, the blue, just the regular lemon-flavored one is so good. And every now and again, it's like you can have one of those, and you're like, damn, okay, like, these are pretty all right. Myself, I like beer. I like a very smooth beer, not like a harsh beer. I like Blue Moon. Like, I've actually been craving Blue Moons. So good. If you go to a restaurant, not when COVID's happening, and fucking days up, if you get a Blue Moon, like, on a draft, if you guys don't know what a draft is, basically, like, in a cup instead of a bottle, they always put a fresh orange slice on the rim of the glass. You squeeze that orange, and that Blue Moon will change your life forever. And it's so good. Because it's not a strong beer, and there's a lot of people that don't like beer, like, oh, like, I don't like the taste of beer. Blue Moon is not like that. It's subtle, and it's smooth. It's a very, very smooth, good beer. I also like Stella.
I'll have to try one. I definitely, Tyler agreed with me when I said this, like, on Ashley's birthday last year, which is actually going to be, in a couple months, it'll already be that again, which is crazy, but, we went to, like, a bar or whatever, like not a karaoke, like they, not a karaoke, but they have like two guys on a piano and like they take requests and stuff like that. But anyway, so like they didn't have anything that I really wanted, and everyone was getting a Bud Light, and so like just to kind of like Ashley was, I think she got, I don't know. I think she got my beer. I don't remember if I paid for it or what. But anyway, they handed me a Bud Light. Like, either way, I got a Bud Light, and that stuff is just nasty.
What the fuck is wrong? I'm going to stop you there.
I hated
that.
Regular Bud Light. This is just regular Bud Light.
There's nothing wrong with regular Bud Light. There's nothing wrong with regular Bud Light.
Well, I got Tyler over there that agrees with me. He's like, it tastes like a grainy, like, it just, I don't know how to explain it. But, man,
okay,
if that is anything like what Blue Moon tastes like,
no.
I'll tell you what, I can't do it.
No. And, yeah, I mean, Bud Light, yes, it is grainy. Like that's, you know, as close as you're going to get to,
I don't even know how to describe what I was tasting, but I was just like, yeah, like, because every other beer that I had before that, I have like really loved. That was the first beer that I tried that's like so hyped up and like Bud Light. Okay, it's supposed to be great. And it was just, I don't know, it was disgusting in my opinion. I could barely finish.
I like Bud Light, but hear me out, okay? And say what you want about that in the comments. I don't give a shit. I like I like beer. Like, there are some beers I don't like. I'm not a big fan of IPAs, especially that dark shit. Whew. Listen, I drank this IPA one time in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. There was a place, I don't even know if it's still open. It was called the Crooked Tongue Brewery. And once a year, they brew their own IPA. They brew their own drinks anyway. It's a brewery. But they make this IPA once a year. Okay? And for a 20-ounce bottle, which is like your standard bottle, you walk into a gas station, you buy a 6-pack of glass bottles or whatever, aluminum bottles, same size. And this shit cost $27 for one 20-ounce bottle. And when I tell you, when you pour it into a glass that it looks like fucking swamp water, it looks like swamp water. It literally looks like they fucking dunked it in a goddamn sewer and pulled it up. All right? And I took... And the alcohol for, like, the percentage on this was, like, 30-something% alcohol. Ridiculous. Like,
that's crazy.
And it is so dark and so strong that I might as well just fucking... I should have went to the brewery and took a handful of fucking hops and dirty water and just ate it. Because that's exactly what it tasted. It was disgusting. But I like beer. I like Bud Light. I can drink Budweiser, but I'm not a fan of Bud. Like, for me to drink regular Budweiser, I have to, like, already been drinking. And that has to be, like, my last resort. But I can drink it. But I really like Stella Artois. You know, people... That's actually how you say it. You see the Stella commercials. It's actually pronounced Stella Artois. They're good. But I'm going to tell you this. Stella tastes like weed smells. Like or like a skunk. So basically, you might as well drink skunk spray, but it's good, but it's very smooth. Like, I remember, I'll never forget this one time. I went to a bar with some people from high school, and this is like right before the whole alcohol thing like really started to fucking skyrocket for me. This night that I'm going to tell you about is the night that started it all. And I remember me and my friend got a Stella. We're sitting there, and the bartender comes over. She cracks them open because the Stella's not a twist off. You actually have to use a bottle opener to get the cap off. And I'm sitting at this table, and there's like a group of people, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, who the fuck? I was like, I get like real paranoid. I'm like, which one of you fuckers has weed on you? And they're like, we don't. I was like, you fucking smell like, it smells like straight fucking dank in here. Like, it smells like dank weed in here. I'm like, my friend's like, dude, I don't know. Like, I mean, I smell it too, but it's none of us. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, I'm not trying to, like, get kicked out or get in trouble if one of you guys have weed on you. Like, no, like, I swear to God, like, I don't have any. And I'm like, okay. So then, like, they get up and they're, like, going around talking to people. And I'm sitting at the table because at this point, like, I'm perplexed, right? Like, I'm like, they're, okay. Like, I knew they didn't have it because they got up and left. And I was like, I fucking smell weed, man. Like... like, and then I get super fucking paranoid because at this point, like, I've had a few, like, I'm starting to get drunk and I'm like, oh my God, do I like have weed on me? I didn't do that shit then. I'm not gonna say I haven't smoked weed, but yeah, that's a story for another time. It was only in social settings. Okay, fuck all of you.
Dustin's weed story episode.
Yeah. No, only at concerts really, and like when I was upset. Like, I don't have an issue with it.
When I was upset, I smoked weed.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I actually, like, I didn't mind doing it. I actually, like, kind of miss doing it, to be honest with you guys, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. I haven't done that in probably 2 or 3 years, but, I'm sad. Fuck. I'm dropping my AirPods everywhere. Every episode. God damn it, I did it again. Sorry, Lucas. But, Trav, you there? Okay, Trav's here. All right, cool. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out I noticed my friend had left his beer there, so I pick it up and I'm like, I sniff it, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, this literally smells like somebody brewed this with weed. The bartender smelled it. She goes, yeah, I think you have a skunked beer. But here it's just Stella, but his was just like aged well. Like, I mean, I literally thought somebody was fucking sparking up a doobie to my right because it smelled so strong. But it's a good beer. It's a good beer. Red's Blueberry Ale. Fire. Absolutely fire. That, Trav, you like fruity stuff, but also like want like a little bit of like a good beer. Red's Blueberry Ale. I'm telling you, it tastes like if you took like fresh blueberries and like let them soak in their own juices with a little bit of sugar.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll have to check that one out.
Yes. I want to drink now so bad. You know what?
Yeah, why am I getting a craving now? Like, and when I really shouldn't, because I got to work for 2 more days,
listen,
and like
Tristan and I are both off tomorrow. The kids are going to watch some kind of ice cream race with my parents. We might have to stop and like pick up a 6-pack because like I just want to have a day to just like relax. I do got to film a Minecraft video tomorrow, but I just like want to drink, you know, just like sip a couple beers, like just sit outside, just enjoy it. Damn, I could drink some Blue Moon right now, man.
During the recording, Dustin is just slowly like, holy crap, like the more we talk about it.
Well, okay,
great.
so...
And yeah, I get that exact feeling, dude, because like whenever I drink, we were playing Sniper Elite while I freaking drank on that Jack Daniels, and I felt it really fast, could barely focus on the game, but yeah, I'm kind of that way too, just sitting, relaxing, like, playing a couple of games of something or whatever, and like that's a night for me if I have, you know, right. if I am, and that's a night for me anyway. But a drink is kind of a plus.
Like sometimes it's just nice. Like, you know, my days of like going out and getting like fucking blitzed beyond comprehension, that's behind me. But like, you know, like if Tristan and I have a night alone, no kids or whatever, and we have alcohol, like, and we want to drink, get a little tipsy, you know, like have fun, like that's different. But I don't think I'll ever get to the point, not even on my wedding day, I don't think I'll get to the point where I, like, ever black out drunk again. But I will promise you guys this. Trav is playing Thunderstruck at my wedding. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to tell you.
Wait a second. What?
Have you ever heard of that game? Not that it deals with the song.
I thought you were trying to say I was going to play a freaking AC/DC song for you guys.
No. Okay, so this is what you do, okay? So
I literally had a moment of like, wait, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like he just like it was one of those things that I didn't even like. I was trying to process what you said because it was so random.
Okay, so this is what you do, right? So you get a drink everybody likes, right? So you need like a case of beer. You need like at least 30 plus, okay? And you set it in the middle. Everybody gets in a big circle. Everybody who's playing, okay? And everybody starts with a beer or drink of choice. I recommend beer, nothing else, because you'll understand here in a minute. And you have the DJ or somebody plays Thunderstruck by AC/DC. You know, thunder, you know, that whole thing. That was so flat and monotone. I can actually sing sometimes, I promise. But so what you do is you pick somebody to start, okay? So say I start, and I'm just going to make up like a group of people, okay? Say like I start, I have Trav next to me, Lucas next to Trav, and just like say like my groomsmen, my best man, whatever. Like we're all in a circle. Say there's like 10 people, okay? 10 people in this circle. And when the song starts in the beginning, they yell thunder. All right? So when they say thunder, the person that starts drinking, and you don't stop drinking until they say thunder again. Okay? So when the thunder happens the second time, the first person stops drinking and it goes whatever order. So then like second thunder comes up, Trav drinks, vice versa. Do you understand where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you get Thunderstruck. Because you guys know the song, they're like, you've been thunderstruck. And it's like a bunch of music. You literally cannot drink or stop drinking until the word thunder comes out of their mouth again. And if you get thunderstruck, God, you might as well already have somebody, whoever's next to you is supposed to crack open a beer and hand it to you. Because if you finish, you start pounding again. But there's literally a point in the song where somebody drinks from start to finish for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You're not allowed to stop.
God.
And depending on how you drink, you can get through 4 or 5 beers real quick. It's a game that can usually be played once.
That's just an instant death there. Yeah, I'd probably tap out real quick.
But I mean, if you can't finish your beer, like whatever. Like if you drink one beer,
I mean, I think that'd be the fun part of it is like just see who freaking is like, nope, I'm out of the circle.
Listen, I've been thunderstruck more times than I can count, and it's rough. Okay, funny story. There's one time where we were all drinking Yinglings, which is like a beer. I think Yingling's everywhere. It's really good. I like Yingling. A lot of people don't like it. But we were playing with bottles, okay? Not cans. Obviously, like when you play with cans. Bottles, that's a lot of alcohol. And I got thunderstruck, and we played it sitting down, which was fucking stupid, okay? And I didn't eat anything at all. So, like, everything I'm taking in is straight Yingling. I got thunderstruck, drank for the 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I think I got through 4. And I felt like this weird feeling in my stomach. I stood up, ran behind my friend's house, and literally just like opened my mouth, and it was just like, when people stick like the Mentos and Coke and it like bubbles up.
There's some freaking vomiting, pure liquid.
But it wasn't vomit, dude. It just like, because I drank it so fast beer. And I was sitting down, the beer was going down and the foam was rising. So like, dude, I stood up, and I mean, I shit you not. It was like a noodle, like a fucking pool noodle of just straight beer foam. And it probably flew like 3 feet out of my mouth, like straight out, and then dropped. It was fucking crazy. Like, I didn't gag, crazy. I didn't puke, I didn't push nothing. I opened my mouth, it was just like, whew, it just shot out. And I have never,
so you, technically weren't even throwing up. You were just like, it's just exiting.
Yeah, it was just...
out the top.
It was like if you tap somebody's beer...
I'm just imagining if you would have looked up and just see how much it would have freaking geysered. Just how high it could have went. Like, bro,
it literally, like, I stood straight, looked straight ahead, and just opened my mouth because I felt it, dude. And beer foam is light, so it tickled coming up. Like, I felt it going through my tongue. I'm like, motherfucker, blah, and it just fucking shot out. And my friends are like, they're staring at me, and they're like, are you good? And they're like, did you puke? And I was like,
good? Was that in your entire body coming out of you?
Are you puking? And I was like, no, dude. I was like the beer foam came out. And I'm telling you, dude, that was probably the worst thing that's ever happened, because like it cleaned out my stomach. Like I seriously felt like I don't want to say vomited, because I didn't, like, it wasn't puke. It was, like whenever you're pouring soda into a cup and like the foam like rises to the top, and sometimes it's like a lot of foam and a little pop. That's what it was. But like the beer was like, it's almost like the beer just evaporated and the foam just whoop.
Oh my god.
It was so like funny, and I felt like I lost 20 pounds.
You probably felt pretty light and good afterwards. You're like, you know what? I feel like I can go for a jog.
Like that was it. And like, it was crazy because like obviously like I drank a lot like quick, and I got like the head spins, like the tipsiness feeling, and it was gone. Like it literally foamed out of my system. But it was just so weird. Like it was definitely the weirdest feeling ever. Like not puking. It's just straight beer foam.
If I can ever get, and just because I'm saying this out loud, guys, this doesn't mean it's going to happen. I don't know how into it he would be. But if I can get my buddy Tyler, that I've known on Xbox for like 12, maybe 13 years, to tell me about, or come on here and tell his Tyler's alcohol story, his is pretty freaking intense. Like, one of the first times that he ever like went out drinking and drank a whole freaking lot, he literally blacked out and hit his head on the sidewalk and had to go to the hospital. So, and just the way he tells me that story, he's like, dude, it's straight out of the movies. With like when you're coming back from that, and he was waking. But I'll see if I can get him to do that. I don't know. I do know that he does have a microphone now because of his Twitch channel he's going to start doing, but so maybe he'd be able to record with me, but I know that he's a shy guy, and I feel like it would, I think he would, just for me, he would like do it because he's my friend, but he wouldn't be, I don't know, he wouldn't be really excited, but at the same time, we sit and talk on Xbox for hours and hours about everything. So I feel like kind of is like the me and Dustin thing where like we can just have a conversation and like it can be recorded. So I kind of, it's a really good story, and it doesn't sound like it is a good story, but the way he tells it is like he's already told me it like twice, and the second time he kind of told me in more detail, and I was like, oh my god, like it just, great stuff. Sir, do you have your recommendation?
My recommendation is watch The Last Dance on Netflix. Was that my
yeah, I haven't
episode?
Checked that out yet. I've been meaning to actually do that.
No, that's not my recommendation. Recommendation is, you know, if you're unhappy with yourself and maybe like your weight or your body, working out cannot be fun. We know this. Working out, a lot of people don't like it unless you're like a gym rat. You hate working out, right? But try to combine it with something like fun, like I did. And like, I don't know, like it just made me want to go run again and play disc golf all at the same time. Because not only am I like getting exercise, I'm also practicing disc golf. So it kind of like goes hand in hand. Or
I can see Dustin hitting up Liquid Ice and be like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot a commercial for you of me running around playing disc golf, and I'm gonna be like sipping on a Liquid Ice and like Liquid Ice.
I want to say
that's the good stuff.
I want to say a big thank you to them before Trav does his recommendation. By the way, I was going to work one day. Tris was getting ready to take me because she needed my car, and I walk outside to get the kids in the car, and there's these 2 big ass boxes sitting on my porch steps, and I'm like, what? Like I didn't get anything. They have my name on them, and they were heavy, and I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, okay, that's weird. I didn't, and normally like if I don't know if we should use her name, but the lady who emails Trav and I about like giveaways and sending stuff, like always will email us and be like, oh hey, here, like we're gonna send you this, like we kind of know ahead of time.
Yeah, they send it by surprise sometimes.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I got 2 cases of like the big cans, and it was awesome.
Yeah, 16 ounces or where it's at. Yeah. And I noticed too that they've got new cans because some of them say have the old, like some of the cans, and you know what? It may be because they're trying to like transfer over to the new cans because my red ones have Cherrylicious on them. And so that confirms now that they're, I guess, going to start having actual flavors written, like, and they actually have titles to them. But I noticed that there's still some cans in there that have it's just the can with the color, and it says limited edition on the side. So I actually kept one of the blue ones. I noticed that I haven't seen another red one that says limited edition on it. But if I can find one, or get one at some point in the mail or something, I'm gonna keep that because my blue one over there, I kind of like collect like most of the Mountain Dew. If there's a new Mountain Dew flavor, I'm gonna like buy one literally to put it on my shelf. So like I want to one day just like have like all these flavors just saved. And Liquid Ice, like I kind of thought through whenever I got this one. I was like, you know what? At least one of these cans that say limited edition, because when they switch over to their new cans, I may not see that limited edition.
If I find a limited edition, I'll hold on to it for you.
But yeah, red one or any. I mean, I went ahead and drank the orange one. I mean, I don't know. I drank they're just so addicting, man. Like that's why I wasn't saving one for so long. I had the thought to do it. I was like, I thought to save it, but then I'm just like, man, these are all so good.
I start my vlog off every morning with a Liquid Ice. Swear to God.
It's so good, man.
They're
it's
so
like
good.
No crash, no nothing. I'm still so freaking blown away.
We still need to get
an
employee on here.
Yeah, we're
that's all hectic right now.
For those of you that don't know that's just something we've kind of been working on. I think COVID and stuff's really affected their company, and like
I'm gonna just be kind of like transparent about this too. We're kind of sponsored by them. Not in like the way that you would think a sponsorship works. Like they don't pay us, like right? Like they don't. There's no monetary gain in it for us, but they send us product, like, and it's not just like a sample, like, oh, they're gonna send you a couple cans here and there. Like I got 24 cans sent to my doorstep, completely unexpected, and it's like I just happened to have like run out like a couple weeks prior, so like we're sponsored in a sense that like they know about our podcast, plus they like know about our individual channels. Like they know Trav and I have connections. So it's almost like they kind of sponsor the podcast, but like sponsor us individually at the same time. But I just want to clarify that, like, we, like, yes, we're talking about this product, and Trav is a food reviewer. Trav reviews other energy drinks. It's not like we're in a binding contract with Liquid Ice of like, oh, well, you can't talk about any other energy drink company out there. No, like, and we're not saying this because they send us free stuff. Like, generally, their drinks are really, really good, and Trav and I are both big fans of them. They were good when we tried them years ago, and they're still good today. And it's just like, being
we want to see their company thrive, yes, because we know that we're aware that they're underrated. Like, anybody that I ever mention at work or anything, and I mention, have you heard of Liquid Ice? Every single person says no.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, let you try one, or whatever. And like, I got Thomas hooked on him, man. He's obsessed with the blue one, and I always try to, when he hangs out with me and stuff, when I do have them, I try to save him a blue one here and there. But my recommendation, and this goes completely against recommending Liquid Ice, is drink water.
Yes.
Drink plenty of water, guys. Get your exercise. Even if you just go for... There is nothing like a freaking... And I can't wait for cooler weather, bro, because I'm going to do this so often. I'm going to try my best to get into the mood to do it, because the heat just makes me want to stay in, okay? Let's just be honest. Like, that's just how it is. I'm more of a fall and winter person. So, like, going for walks in the crisp air and the cooler air and stuff, and there is nothing like just a nice walk, like, and a bottle of water,
mm-hmm,
like, I mean, with you or something. It's just such a, like, you feel so accomplished, and you feel just better, like, and it's a mind thing, yes, because you did something, but it's also like, I can tell when my body is like, and maybe even the next day I feel like a little bit more refreshed, even though I got maybe the same amount of sleep as I always do. But there are differences and things you can do to better yourself health-wise, and I can't say anything because I got to work on that intensely. But any of those times that I did drop soda for quite a long period of time and drank like Dustin and Tristan have been doing, like juices and water, like,
you feel so good. You feel
I feel so much better. Like, I feel like when I wake up to go to work, or like on a day off, I feel way more refreshed than if I even a soda from the night before can affect you next day. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. It's just like, it's all that sugar, and it's just that crash, and it's hard for your mind to like kind of,
and like
wake up from that.
That's like the worst thing you can drink in the morning too. I know a lot of people, like, sometimes an ice cold Pepsi or Mountain Dew may sound really good when you first get up, but I'm telling you, like, drink cold water. Like, you take a couple sips of ice cold water when you wake up, and you're gonna get it jolts you awake. And what I did to kind of help me, okay, I went to my local Walmart, and they had these Ozark Trail water bottles. It's like steel, it's insulated, it fits in my disc golf bag. It's perfect, and that's the reason why I got it. But like, I'll fill that up with like ice cold water from the sink, and I'll put ice cubes in it. And when you're outside and like you see that, and like having that on you kind of just makes you like, okay, like I have to drink it, Like, take yourself away from the soda and stuff like that. Like, go to a park, go somewhere nice that you can go and relax and sit by water, whatever you may have around you, and get, like I said, this water bottle was like $6, okay? And I remember, like, the first time I ever took it out on the disc golf course with me, and I, like, drank it, I was like, oh my fucking god, this is so good. And I made Trista do it, and, like, I crushed that water, and that holds a lot of water. Like, it makes a big difference. Like, when you have, like, super ice-cold water, you kind of appreciate it a little more. So if you have a hard time drinking it out of plastic bottles or out of a cup, get one of those steel insulated bottles. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like one of those stupid fucking Yeti brands or Hydro Flask. That shit's overpriced and expensive. My Ozark $6 Ozark Trail one does exactly what a Yeti does, if not even better. So, but it makes a big difference. Not a sponsor. Ozark Trail, if you want to sponsor the podcast, hit us up at bbroshow@gmail.com.
I like how you segued into a freaking plug for the email.
I got you.
Yeah, ice cold water, man. And there's not, and I'm the type of person that, like, I don't really like ice in my soda and stuff like that because it waters it down. But if you have ice in your water, it's still water. So it's like, it's so refreshing whenever, you go outside and you realize you get really hot and you start sweating, and then all of a sudden you're like, You don't really appreciate the water as much inside till you're outside in the heat. There's a huge difference. And like when you drink that water, it's like I can just tell. I feel it. I feel my body literally get hydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a change that happens, like where I feel like I have more energy
and it's awesome.
Stuff. And
it's a very good feeling.
And yes, sometimes you don't get that jolt like a soda or coffee or something like that. Water is just like it does its own thing, but other stuff like that can make you feel good, obviously, and there's nothing wrong with it, I guess, if you want to count it, but health wise, yes. But yeah, nothing like water. So you about ready to wrap it up?
I'm ready to wrap it up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. No matter what you're listening on, we are on Spotify, we got iTunes, we got Anchor, we got freaking all of it. We going on a bunch of stuff, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Wait, what was that?
I said we're everywhere, worldwide.
And like Dustin said, email us if you wish, even if you are a company, that would be cool. Tweet at us. We love you guys. Thank you for 50 subs. And we'll be talking to you next time.
See ya.